on November 8th, 2022.
And I will second that motion. Any discussion?
Just want to say we've been through and up and down and around, and we've had about as much experience as any of us can stand to have trying to support one another or get our voices heard. And I think that we've all done a really good job, and I think people on both sides have done a really good job. But we have an obligation to see that our elections are fair and good, and that judgments are made to keep the process rolling. And we did have a judgment today, and I am a rule of law person, but I had statutes in front of me that said something to me, people that helped me understand them, other legal advice. We didn't have county legal advice, and we missed you. And I can't say enough about how important this effort is that we made. And I am not ashamed of anything I did. And today I feel I must, because of a court ruling, and because of my own health and situations that are going on in our life, I feel like I must follow what the judge did today or asked us to do. But I don't like to be threatened, and I feel like all along we've been told, well, no, that's illegal. Oh no, well, actually you can do it, but you can only do this much. That was very confusing and wrong. And give credit today, nobody said you're going to go to jail if you don't do this. That's good, because that was done in other counties. But I feel comfortable, and at the same time rather uncomfortable about about being supportive of this today. But what I do want is for people's votes to be heard. And it doesn't matter whose votes they are, and that's the reason why there was an issue with whether maybe the machines were correct or not, whether maybe we had people that wanted a hand count, people have lost their faith in elections, whatever it is, whatever the reasons are, because everyone has a different reason. Probably everyone in this room has a different reason. And I just know that we have to count the votes eventually. And I know I'm going to disappoint a lot of people, and I'm going to make a lot of people happy, and some people are just going to stay mad at me anyway, but that's okay too. I'm a person, and our lives are all like that, ups and downs and happy and sad. So anyway, that was my speech. It wasn't the greatest, but that was my speech. Thank you.
I think it's important that each one of us has the opportunity to make our feelings known, and I hope that I haven't tried to squash that. Oh. And we have allowed time for these issues to be brought before the public, but some of them were not issues that we could solve at this level. And I encourage those who supported your actions, Ms. Judd, to look to the legislature for some fixes that would make them feel more comfortable. Because at this level, to do specifically what the legislature allows us to do, and some of the things that were being suggested for us to do were not allowed. So I think it's time for us to move forward, to look at the issues that are important to all the citizens in Cochise County, besides elections or including elections, the new commercial port, the new animal shelter that we're going to be creating, the jail district, the fact that we need a new jail. There are so many important issues, and while this one was important, now is the time for us to move forward and look at the other issues that are going to move us forward as a county. So again, I thank you for bringing it up, that you felt that there were things that need to be changed. But as I said to you from the beginning, I thought that this wasn't the level to do that. You know, that there's a place for change in the legislature, and it isn't here. We react to the legislation. We don't create legislation for the state. So if you've said what you need to, and I've said what I need to, it's time for the vote, unless you have other comments.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
There still needs to be a motion and a second for the agenda item.
Right.
Madam Chair, I move that we accept the elections results certified and submitted.
Madam Chair, I apologize, but if I may, I believe there was a motion on the floor currently to remove it from the table.
Oh, we didn't vote on that.
No. No, we didn't vote on removing it from the table.
Let's
We
do it.
discussed it. Okay, so all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, and it's so ordered. And now it's removed from the table. We can have a motion to accept the election results. So
Madam
if you would
Chair,
make
with
that
all due
motion.
respect, I don't like the way, after all my efforts, I don't like the way that sounds coming out of my mouth. I will second it if you make the motion.
Okay.
Thank you.
I move that we accept the election results certified and submitted by the Cochise County Elections Department as the official candidates for the general election held on November the 8th, 2022.
I'll second it.
So we do have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion that you would like to have on the record, Ms.
I
Jackson?
just want to say this also brings to light the Constitution and how the laws and legal protect, and they should protect the people from the government. The Constitution protects the people from the government and makes our people's rights heard. And I think sometimes we talk about Constitution in here and I think, oh, not a place for Constitution. But this experience has, you know, and it's going to be a big test going forward because there's a lot of people out there that have been reaching out both ways. But this experience has kind of proved that, to me anyway, that the government, we do need control. We need to rein in and we need to listen to the people more. And the laws are made to benefit the people. They're not made to benefit the government. And I'm standing in a position as government and people, which all of us elected officials are. So we feel it. We feel it too. Good luck to our county and the world, and keep fighting. And I'm going to keep fighting. I'm not done, obviously. I couldn't even make the motion. So, but you have me, so I'm here.
I want to say we do have a representative government, and that means that when we are elected, you certainly can listen to both sides of any issue, but the decision is always up to us. And so now we need to make that clear. And so if there's no further comments, then I'm going to call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, and it's so ordered. We have one additional agenda item that we need to clean up because we did make a motion to have we did prove to have a meeting tomorrow. And so we need to clear that up by having a motion to cancel that meeting.
Madam Chair, I move we approve cancellation of the December 2nd, 2022 Special Board of Supervisors meeting.
And I will second that. And again, I want to say the reason we're doing this is to clean up the record. We don't want to leave it hanging there and not have the meeting. So any other comments before I call for the vote? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, and it is so ordered. There being no further business, you didn't give me the meeting time of the next meeting. Tim, do you have that so I can put that on the record?
Madam Chair, the next meeting is December 13th at 10 a.m. in the hearing room, and it's a regular Board of Supervisors meeting.
Okay, December the 13th here in this room, 10 o'clock, regular Board of Supervisors meeting. Having said that, there's no further business. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.